How's it going from American Bob from Charlotte, North Carolina with my portable AC that we got us a mild day today. It looks like I'm going to have to tell my whole story again about my loser life. When I was very, very young, my friend David and I were playing in the backyard. I'd get up under a wheelbarrow and he had a mallet that my mother used to beat in tomato stalks. Also, we had a garden. Now, it's in the city, but my mother's a Burlington, North Carolina lady. She liked having a garden. We had some great vegetables too. Okay, I got up under the wheelbarrow and he's hitting it. And there's a lot of sound, noise, and stuff. And I yelled, David, David, stop, stop, David. And I threw the wheelbarrow off and he went, bam, and hit me over the head. And guess what? It did some brain damage. But, the doctors that time, they just said it'll be okay. Put this on there, put that on there. They might put some stitches on there. I was a youngin'. Scared my mother to death. Well, guess what happened? I got severe ADHD and a severe learning disorder. I was having all kinds of problems in school because I couldn't stay still. At that time, nobody knew nothing about ADHD. My daddy went to a parent-teacher conference and came back home. He walked in, he said, boy, you're a retard. You're an actual retard. I got a son that's a retard. Here I am, a little boy, looking at my daddy, not knowing what he's talking about. He said, you're stupid, an ignorant boy. You're never going to amount to anything. You're a loser, just a loser boy. You'll never be anything in life. Oh, Lord, guys, he drilled that in my head for years. My sister, as I said, was 6 years older than I was. She was gone. My mother had to send me to Hargrave Military Academy to get away from him. She was worried about me more than she was him because I wanted to kill the son of a bitch. And I did. He came at me when I was in middle school. He came at me down the hall. He started to square up. I got my hands and I went, bam, and I pushed him. And he fell back on his butt and his head hit the floor. He got up in bewilderment. And I said, you never do that to me, old man. You hear me? But he never quit the emotional abuse that I went through. He never did. It took me 10 years of my life with therapy to be able to claw my way out of the crap that he put in my brain. It has been that most of my life I've struggled, and I have. When I'm on a job, I get bored. I just do, and I move on. So I'm a job hopper. I never had a job I did for a long length of time. When I got married to my crazy ex-wife, who was an alcoholic, who said she was going to cut my throat or cut off my balls, she meant it. Her sister came over to my house and told me, I want to let you know one thing. I will kill you and not think twice about it, and I'll go to prison. And I'll love every minute I'm there knowing you're dead. Yeah. I've lived a crazy life. And, all these people, you're living these rosy, honey lives, aren't you? I watched a girl talking about her abuse by her daddy, and I had tears flowing out of my eyes. And I did. I hope this is still on. I had tears flowing out of my eyes because I know how that girl felt. And I do know how she felt. You can say what you want about me, but unless you're in my shoes and went through my childhood with my crazy old man, my mother was a have been taught about you beat a kid till he cries and then you're done. That being beat is nothing. The emotional abuse stayed with me, and to be honest with you, it still does. You know, in life, I never amounted to anything, nothing at all. You know, now I've got health issues and I'm drinking kombucha tea or something. I don't know. It's supposed to help me. I don't know. You know, and my whole thing is this. I'm in a situation where, as I said, it doesn't matter what you say to me. My daddy's already said those things to me. All that I wanted from my father was his love, and I never got it. And I was embarrassed because wherever I'd go somewhere, they'd say, "Oh, that's your grandfather." He'd say, "No, I'm his father." See, my daddy married my mother. He was like in his maybe early 60s, maybe I'm guessing, maybe. And she was like in her 30s. He got her pregnant out of wedlock. And back then, you have to marry. So, like I said, guys, I mean, my life is not rosy. I've got major health issues right now that I don't know what's wrong with me, and I really don't. And I found out that the Postal Service does deliver mail on Sundays. I didn't know that. So, yeah, like I said, call me anything you want. Let's start with a dirty old man. Let's start with a pervert, a loser, an idiot, stupid, moron. You know, come on, think of some new names. Because I've already been told those. I went through a hell of a childhood. And I don't expect you to cry over this. I just expect you to understand your rosy childhood. And if you didn't have a rosy childhood, welcome to the club. Thanks for listening.